During the Gilded Age, industrialist or business tycoon were sometimes called Byron. The term Robin Byron was a negative term for industrialists that implied corruption. This term was first used to describe Cornelius Vanderbilt. Gilded means covered with gold on the outside, but cheap and inferior on the inside.
There's a land that's fair and bright, where the handouts grow on bushes, and you...
The late 18th century and 19th century, and early 19th century, imperialism was big throughout the U.S. Imperialism is when a stronger nation tries to create an empire by dominating weaker nations. Causes of imperialism included industrialized nations competing for raw materials and markets and their beliefs in a superior American culture. As a result of imperialism, the U.S. purchased Alaska from Russia in 1867, and the U.S. won the Spanish-American War. Imperialism was also one of the causes of World War I.
World War I was a global conflict centered in Europe, primarily fought Europe between the Allied power and the Central power. It was triggered by the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary in June 1914, leading to the China creation of Allied and declaration of war. The war saw brutal trench warfare, new military technology like machine gun, tank, horse, and gas mass carrier. The U.S. entered 1917 heavy turned tide in favor of Allied. The war ended with the Treaty of Versailles in 1919. It played heavy penalty on Germany. The conflict reshaped global politics, led to the collapse of empire, and set the stage for World War II.
And a sharp decline in industrial production and international trade. Millions of people lost their jobs and homes while the government struggled to respond. In the U.S., President Franklin D. Roosevelt New Deal programs helped provide relief, recovery, and reforms. The economy gradually improved with the onset of World War II, which sparked industrial production and employment.
That was created by our FDR, Franklin D. Roosevelt, our president. It helped reshape and try to bring the American people out of a bad time or the Great Depression. FDR planned to ease the Great Depression, although it was a big value of detail. It can be summed up as relief, recovery, and reform. Relief will provide immediate help for the needy. Recovery get the economy going again, and reform change the things that had caused the depression in the first place.
The Cold War was a global struggle between the U.S. and the Soviet Union, marked by nuclear arms races, proxy wars, and ideological rivalry between capitalism and communism. Though they never fought directly, tensions played out through alliances, espionage, and events like the Cuban Missile Crisis and the space race. It ended with the Soviet Union's collapse in 1991.
Refers to periods of intense fear about communist influence in the United States, particularly after World War I and during the Cold War, fear about political propaganda, government investigation, and high-profile costs. Americans feel that communists were infiltrated society to undermine democracy. Senator Joseph McCarthy became famous for leading aggressive anti-communist hearings, blacklisting suspect individuals in Hollywood, government, and other industries. The Red Scare led to widespread censorship, loss of civil liberties, and hardened Cold War tensions.
The war was a conflict between the North and the South Korea. It began with the North invading the South. In the result, in a heavy fight, the war ended in a arms stir in 1953. The Korean War with DMZ
It's I can't see it, but it escalate.
Okay.
Escalated. The Korean War, Dempsey, but no form of peace treaty, leaving the Korean War, leaving the Korean divided to this day.
This the song.
There's a fierce competition between the United States and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. As both nations pushed the limits of technology to prove their spirit. It all started in 1957 when the Soviet Union shocked the world by launching Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite. The U.S. saw this as a major threat and quickly ramped up its space program, leading to the creation of NASA. Over the years, both countries achieved major milestones, including the Soviets sending the first human, Yuri Gagarin, into space in 1961, but the U.S. claimed the ultimate victory in 1969 when Apollo 11 astronauts walked on the moon. The space race wasn't just about science; it was a battle of ideologies, showing the world which system, democracy or communism, would lead the future.
Rights are legislative protection that ensure equal treatment and prevent discrimination based on factors like race, gender, or religion. They include freedom like voter, education, and employment. During this time, things like sit-in, boycott laws, court cases, and settled had people like Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Thurgood Marshall, and others helped African Americans to be seen and heard.
John F. Kennedy was the 35th president of the United States. JFK was assassinated. He served from 1961 up until his death. JFK is remembered for his strong leadership during the Cuban Missile Crisis, a time when the nuclear war was very close. JFK was very supportive to the civil rights movement and wanted to make the country fair for everyone. JFK had a lot of hope for the future and pushed the country to accomplish more in space exploration. Even though JFK was not president for a long time, he had a huge impact on the nation.
The Vietnam War was a fight between communist North Vietnam, who was backed by the Soviet Union, and South Vietnam, who was supported by the United States. The main causes of the war were because of the Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union. The U.S. supported the South because of their containment policy. They also Americanized the war by sending so many American soldiers to Vietnam. The U.S. also faced a credibility gap because they lied about winning the war. There were also multiple dangerous tactics the Viet Cong used. Overall, the war was regarded as one of the most dangerous wars the U.S. participated in. It ended when North Vietnam took over Saigon and the country fell under communist rule.
President of the United States was Richard Nixon, who held office from 1969 to 1974. He is a Republican who was Dwight Eisenhower's vice president, senator, and congressman. Nixon's foreign policy accomplishments such as establishing diplomatic ties with China and promoting Deontay with the Soviet Union are what made him most popular. He started important economic measures and put environmental regulations into effect at home. However, the Watergate scandal, a political dispute including a break-in at the DNC headquarters, and the following cover-up overshadowed his presidency. Nixon became the first American president to resign in 1974, facing impeachment. Gerald Ford, his successor, later granted him a pardon.
1989 was a former Hollywood actor and California governor who became a defining figure in American conservatism. His presidency was marked by Reaganomics, which focused on tax cut, deregulation, and economic growth, a contributor to the end of the Cold War. Reagan emphasized patriotism, smaller government, and a resurgence of American companies, but also he faced controversies such as the Iran-Contra affair. His leadership left a lasting impact on U.S. politics, shaping modern Republican ideology.